Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a rare episode of Saturday Morning Baseball on the channel, as Ben Witz is first to join us here already. We are at PetCo Park on May 18th, 2011, as we've got a National League matchup here between the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Diego Padres. And Ben, I don't think I need to guess what brings you out this early for Saturday Morning Baseball. We are going to be playing this one in Fall Classic Baseball by ASG Games. Now, for a little bit of backstory on what's going on here, I had tried to play Fall Classic during Advent of the Phoenix back in December, but the stream was such a disaster that I aborted it after about 2 or 3 batters. You're switching to Fall Classic, you're looking at buying Field Day. I'm actually explaining a little bit of what's going on. So, 1985, if you're wondering about 1985, I'm not switching that system. That replay is staying in season ticket. But Fall Classic's another system I'd added to the channel, or I'd added to my collection. What's going on, though, is I'm in the middle of my purge of inside pitch baseball out of my collection. But the reason I'm coming back to Fall Classic is I'm now starting to find that there are 3 systems I'm very comfortable in. Payoff Pitch, which I did 1991 in. Season Ticket, which I'm doing 1985 in right now. I'm not changing that. And APA, which is the other system where I feel like I could start a replay of that tomorrow, or however long it takes me to select the feature games. So we're going to see what I think of Fall Classic, because I may end up just going to those 3 systems of Payoff Pitch, Season Ticket, and APA. But I want to see what I think of Fall Classic first. So that's a little bit of what's going on there. So we're coming back to... So this is going to be the official first time we've put Fall Classic on the channel, even though I tried to do it in December. I've got a stack of the fast action cards off camera that we'll keep. But we're expecting a sellout here at PetCo Park for an early Saturday morning game of baseball. So let's jump into this one. Starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres is Dustin Mosley. Where's his win-loss? 3-10 with a 1.28 whip and 64 strikeouts in 120 innings pitched in 2011. Fall Classic and Field Day are very similar, same company. Yep, you're leaning toward Field Day. You figured this was a one-up game in the system. Yes, this probably is going to end up being a one-off system, as ID Jester now joins us here at PetCo Park. And yes, we are trying this again. We'll try this and see how it goes. While the rest of the Padres get loose behind Mosley, let's take our first look at the Brewers starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Ricky Weeks at second base, Corey Hart in right field, Ryan Braun in left field, Prince Fielder's at first base, Casey McGahee is at third base, Mark Kotsay is in center field, Yuniesky Betancourt is at shortstop, Jonathan Lucroy's catching, and Yovani Gallardo is the starting pitcher. As Troy Sawyer now also joins us here at PetCo Park. And Ben, in Jester's defense, he probably just fat-fingered it, because the X and the Z are very close to one another on a normal QWERTY keyboard. First things first, we need to roll for Mosley's bullpen session to see what kind of session he came out with. That's a 20, so he's going to be on. He had a bad bullpen session. Then we'll bring the dice in. We are using brown, white, and gold dice, as the Padres are the home team, and as usual, I will see you guys at the bottom of the first. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips, as we are all set at PetCo Park here, and now we'll see what my impressions of Fall Classic are going to be. And the only way to find out what I think of Fall Classic is to go where every other baseball game starts, and that is with the first pitch. That is a 25 on Weeks' card. That will be an out. And that, it would help if I flip it right side up, is going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that at shortstop is going to be Bartlett. He will make the catch for out number 1, and we are underway here at PetCo Park. Next up is Corey Hart. Where's his average here? 285 average, 26 home runs, 63 RBIs in 2011. And I forgot to mention that for weeks, because I'm not used to the layout of these cards, 269 average, 20 home runs, 49 RBIs. Mosley looking in at Phillips for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 22, and a 22 is going to be a base hit for Hart, as he'll get on with a one-out single. The infield will go to double play depth, and I suspect in this game, Jester, you'll probably correct me on this, but except for corners in and infield in, infield depth, well, back versus in is probably a narrative detail in this game. Here's Ryan Braun. 332 average, 33 home runs, 111 RBIs in 2011. Stealing probably takes the... let's see here. I was going to say, stealing probably takes a chart, but that doesn't seem likely. Base stealing jump. Looks like he would need the jump, which is the pitcher's arm rating. So Mosley's arm rating is a strong arm, which means he'll have a hard time. No jump versus left-handed pitcher. Hart's going to stay put anyway. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 34, which we go to Mosley's column, and that's going to be a base hit. Remember, Mosley had his C stuff today. Actually, going first to third, that's probably a flip of the action cards. First to third, he will hold at second. And looks like this card got a little mangled up on the bottom. You guys can see it down there. I'm probably going to be a little more interactive with chat just because this is my first time. So use the built-in stealing until the 7th inning. So built-in stealing, that's not the calling your own, is it? Both. Well, I haven't rolled for Gallardo's bullpen session yet, Ben. I'll roll for that when he comes to the plate. Or when he comes to the mound, I should say. Prince Fielder, now the batter. 299 average, 38 home runs, 120 RBI in 2011. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 56, and a 56 is going to be an out. And that's going to be a line out into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Patterson. He will make the catch for 2 outs in the inning. And here's Casey McGahee. 223 average, 13 home runs, 67 RBIs in 2011. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 13. 13 is going to be an out X, which the X probably doesn't matter here, but that'll be a fly ball into center field. Once again, we'll be calling Patterson's name. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Brewers can't do anything with them. Score is now Milwaukee 0, San Diego coming to bat. And the pawn sticks to my finger. Delightful. McGee. Built-in stealing. Look for the plus symbol. That means they'll try and steal the next base. Okay, so McGee is just a regular McGee. Okay. Good to know. Still kind of butchering pronunciations. Starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers today is Yovani Gallardo. 17-10 with a 1.22 whip. While the rest of the Brewers get loose behind him, let's take our first look at the Padres starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Chris Denorfia is in right field. Jason Bartlett is at shortstop. Chase Headley's at third base. Brad Hopp is at first base. Ryan Ludwig is in left field. Eric Patterson is in center field. Kyle Phillips is catching. Alberto Gonzalez is at second base. And Dustin Mosley is the pitcher today. And that's the lineup Gallardo is charged with keeping in check today. Leading off for the Padres is Chris Denorfia. 277 average, 5 home runs, 19 RBIs in 2011. That's one thing I'm already not liking about these cards. Those stats at the bottom are so small because there's just so much. Looks like there's so much information crammed on the cards. And before we get Denorfia in, let's see what kind of bullpen session Gallardo had. He's a 14, so he's got his B stuff. So we could be in for a slugfest. Stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys at the top of the second. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 36, and a 36 on a B is going to be an out. And it's going to be a fly ball into center field. This time it'll be Kotze getting under that for the Brewers. He will make the catch, and there's one out in the inning. Nothing cute, please, Pegs. Jason Bartlett, now the batter. 245 average, 2 home runs, 40 RBI in 2011. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 63. 63 is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the strike 3 as he goes after a changeup for out number 2. Chase Headley now stepping into the batter's box. 289 average, 4 home runs, 44 RBI in 2011. I keep wanting to say 85, but I got to remember, no, this is a 2011 game. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 66, and that's going to be a double by Headley. He will smack that one into the gap, and he'll be at second base with a 2-out double. And here's Brad Hopp. 231 average, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs in 2011. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 64. And a 64, that's going to be an out, and the Brewers will get out of the inning. Using a fly ball into center field. Kotze once again will get under that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the double for the Padres, as we are scoreless here in San Diego after 1. Gallardo, why were you thinking Glavani? I have no idea what made you think that, Ben, but it does look like Gallardo to me. Top of the second coming up, and we're looking at the second half of the Brewers' order as Mark Kotze steps into the batter's box. 270 average, 3 home runs, 31 RBI in 2011. And it's actually going to help if I hold the card up so I can read the stats out. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 43. A 43 on a C is going to be an out. And that's going to be another fly ball into center field. Looks like both center fielders are going to get a workout today. As Patterson going after that one, he will make the catch, and that is out number 1. I need to figure out some way to sleeve these fast action cards. Because that clump shuffle that side shuffle that I've been doing with these unsleeved cards is not working. Here's Yuniesky Betancourt. 252 average, 13 home runs, 68 RBI in 2011. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 14. 14 is going to be an out X. which the X probably doesn't matter with the base is empty, and that'll be a fly ball into left field. This time it'll be Ludwig getting under that one. He'll make the catch, and that'll be out number 2. 2 outs, and here's the catcher, Jonathan LaCroix. 265 average, 12 home runs, 59 RBI in 2011. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 22, and that's going to be a single on a 1-16. That's a 1, and LaCroix will be on with a 2-out single. And here's Giovanni Gallardo. 221 average, 1 home run, 4 RBIs in 2011. Apparently, Gallardo at least knew what the bat was for. As Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 41, and a 41 is going to be ball 4. Mosley will lose control of a slider, and Gallardo will find himself on with a 2-out walk. And the Brewers have something going on with 2 outs as Weeks steps into the batter's box. Weeks popped out his first time up. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 26. And against, I believe, TL against the lefty, that's going to be a single. That would be a single, but Mosley's a righty, so that's going to be an out instead. And it's going to be another fly ball into left field. Once again, we will have Ludwig getting under that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Hit and a walk, but the Brewers can't do anything with it as we get set for the bottom of the second. Stadium size. Phew! Let's see. Shuffle. Probably need to work with them a bit. Let's see. Memories not as good as you get into old age. I'm not going to swallow any comments on that, Ben, because I'm getting brittle and broken down in my old age myself. And yeah, I probably just need to work with them a bit. Now with the Universal DH, it's now a moot point. Jester's suggesting I don't sleeve my fast action cards. They're very nice, just need to work with them a bit. Probably, it's either work with them a bit or sleeve them. Hopefully, shuffling is a lot of the reason why I do so much sleeving in my board games. Bottom of the second coming up though, and we'll see the middle of the order for the Padres as Ryan Ludwig steps into the batter's box. 238 average, 11 home runs, 64 RBI in 2011. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 15, and a 15 is going to be a swing and a miss as Ludwig chases a changeup out of the zone for strike 3, and that'll be out number 1. One out, and here's Patterson. Patterson tonight, or actually Eric Patterson, let's bring the card up. 180 average, 2 home runs, 8 RBI in 2011. Now that I'm seeing that X more, I want to see what that means on the outs. That's off the batter card, it looks like. Out X, it's a double play if the runner on first. Okay. Now that we got that sorted out, Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 31. A 31 is going to be an out. And that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one for the Brewers is Hart. He will make the catch, and that is out number 2. I definitely like the fast action cards for this game, though. It's making everything move a lot faster. Kyle Phillips, the catcher, is now the batter. 171 average, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs in 2011. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is going to be a 12, and that'll be an out. And it's going to be a fly ball into center field. Katse gets under that one. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres here in the bottom of the second. We remain scoreless in San Diego after 2. Ben's not a big fast action card fan to begin with. As long as they're not excessive or cumbersome, don't mind playing with charts. Jester says a fast action card deck is about $10. Yeah, probably about that. Means if you roll a ground out, it's a double play. Okay, good to know on the X's. Top of the third coming up, and we're looking at the top of the Brewers' order as Hart now steps into the batter's box. Hart is 1 for 1 with a single. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 14. That would be a strikeout on a 1 to 15. That's a 3. And Hart swings through a curveball for strike 3. That is out number 1. Actually, Jester, while you're here, I was meaning to ask. As I was setting up, thought I needed some like generic some pitcher batting, some generic pitcher batting cards. It didn't seem like they came with the fast action cards unless I missed something. Is there an extra set of game parts I need to order to get a hold of them? Anyway, while you kick that around, here's Braun. Braun is 1 for 1 with a single. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 23, and a 23 is going to be a swing and a miss as Braun goes after a slider out of the zone for strike 3. That is out number 2. And here's Fielder. Fielder lined out to center his first time up. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 15, and that's going to be an out. And that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is Patterson. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers here in the top of the third. Eggs are sticking to my finger today for whatever reason. Always fun. Batter now, as the Padres are looking at the bottom of their order, is Alberto Gonzalez. 215 average, 1 home run, 32 RBI in 2011. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 63, and a 63 is going to be a swing and a miss as Gonzalez goes after the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 1. One out, and here's Dustin Mosley. 138 average, no homers, no RBIs in 2011. He might have been one of the pitchers that looked at the bat and was like, what is this for? Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 26, and a 26 against the lefty. That would be a single, but as Gallardo is also a righty, that's going to be an out, and it'll be a fly ball into center field. Katse will come in for that one. He will make the catch, and there's 2 outs in the inning. At least I'm guessing that's what the TL is for there. That it's based on splits. And here's Denorfia. Denorfia is 0 for 1. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 53, which is going to send us over to the defense chart, our first 53 check. And that'll be a third base single plus TE. English, please. Okay, that's not anything I want to see there. So, star means with, so, Okay, I got to go to the 53 chart for a second. Maybe that'll explain something. Looks like that's a range play of some kind here. So batter safe at first, all runners advance one base. That's what. So that looks like a range play for third base. Third baseman is McGee. I'll remember to pronounce that. His range at third base is a 10. So it looks like on the D20. Presumably, if he rolls that and under, roll all three dice. The D20 determines if the hit or the error happens. If the D20 is less than or equal to the range, then he makes the play. Okay, so the D20 is an 8. He is going to make that play, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres here in the bottom of the third. We remain scoreless in Milwaukee and San Diego after 3. All right, so let's see if I can keep this straight. Looks like 51 and 52 are both error checks. 53 is a range play. Let's see. Looks like chat kind of got it. So I'll probably never use them, only for pitchers or batters that don't have a card. And inside pitch, yeah. They should have come with the fact cards or the box I ordered the game in. 26 is lefty-righty split. That's what I thought. Batter will look to see what the pitcher's throwing. Batters that are switch hitters always get a 26. Look on the back of your facts. 51 and 52 are error. 53 is a range check. Yeah, it finally took me a minute to figure that out, but I got it. Top of the fourth, and the Brewers will lead off with McGee. McGee is 0 for 1. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 32. A 32 on C stuff is going to be an out for Mosley. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. That'll be Ludwig getting under that one. He will make the catch for out number 1. And here's Kotze, if I can ever manage not to drop the cards. Kotze is 0 for 1. Mosley looks in at Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 25, and a 25 against a righty. That is going to be a base hit for Kotze. What in the world? Hold on a second. I just heard something from my PC. I'm going to go check that out real quick. So bear with me for a second. I think that was a reminder that I had on my calendar. So, right before I do 50, 51, 52, 53, do a strikeout chance located at the bottom column on the pitcher's card. So that's probably on the, that would be on the KD chance. I'm guessing that would be on the KD check you're talking about, right? So on the 51, 52, or 53, I go there first based on whatever their bullpen session was today, correct? All right, where was I on? Okay, yeah, it looks like that was calendar reminders. Okay, just wanted to make sure I got that pinged up. And Ben looks to be in the business for a desktop. Needs a new tower to replace his current. Sorry to hear that, Ben. I assume something must have gone sideways. So KD chance, right, okay. Infield is at double play depth, and here's Betancourt. Betancourt is 0 for 1. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 43, and that's going to be an out. And a 43 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Once again, Ludwig getting his workout in today. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 2. And here's LaCroix. LaCroix is 1-for-1 with a single. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is an 11. That's going to be an out, and the Padres are going to get out of trouble, as that ball is going to get lifted into right field. Coming under that for the Padres is going to be Denorfia. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Brewers as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. And this game's moving decently quick. Checking in with chat. Got it in 2018. Though when you got it, they put packaging material inside the case, which seems dumb, but taking it out caused the case to not fully close, having problems with the Bluetooth, and it's time to get an upgrade. Totally fair. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Right? Yes, we are still scoreless through 3.5. And we're looking at the top of the Padres order, as here's Bartlett. Bartlett today is 0-for-1. Gallardo will get the sign. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. I was trying to remember who was catching for a second for the Brewers. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 12. That is going to be an out. And that's going to be he's batting righty. That's going to be a ground ball over to shortstop. Getting that one is going to be Betancourt. He looked like he was falling asleep for a second out there with all the fly balls being hit into the outfield. But he will come out of his slumber long enough to make the play, and that'll be out number 1. You'd almost think all of the infielders were taking a nap today, for how many fly balls have been hit into the outfield today. Here's Headley. Headley today is 1-for-1 with a double. Gallardo looking in at LaCroix for the sign. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 55, and on a 1-16, which that is a 14, Headley's going to have himself another double. Oops. Once I get that sorted out, I'm going to tab into OBS real quick and check my camera since I jarred the tripod. And I was trying to find a way to get my buddy Cthulhu back in the shot. Actually, I want to make sure the camera stays as straight as it can. I think we'll go right there. It looks like we got Cthulhu just up here in the edge of shot. Actually, that's still a little bit crooked, but not... There we go. And yes, I was not expecting a pitcher's duel today out of these two. But coming back to business, I definitely like how fast this game is flowing. Here's Hop. Hop today is 0-for-1. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 32. A 32 on B stuff is going to be an out. And he's batting lefty, so that's going to be a ground ball over to second base. Getting to that one, once again, waking up out of his nap as Weeks. He will make the play over to first. 2 outs in the inning, and Headley will make third. Two outs in the inning, and we know Ludwig's getting his cardio. Let's see if he had his Wheaties today. Apparently not, though, since he is 0-for-1 today with a strikeout. Gallardo will get the sign. Actually, I don't like how that camera's positioned. Let's see if that looks any better. I'll give the fast action deck a little bit more of a shuffle when we get into the next inning. We're not too far from that. Anywho, Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 51, and a 51 is a defense check, but we need to check on the strikeouts. A 1-5 is a strikeout. That's an 8, which that is not going to be a strikeout. And a 51 check is going to be an error on the shortstop, as that one is hit to Betancourt. His error rating at short is a 6. So lower he makes the error. So that's going to be a 6. And since we used the D20 for the strikeout chance, we'll re-roll the D20. That's a 7. Betancourt will not make the error. He will make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the double, and Headley gets stranded 90 feet away. We remain scoreless here in San Diego after 4. Was not expecting there to be a pitcher's duel today, but apparently the Brewers and Padres were like, hold our beers. So now I'll tab into chat, and I'll give the rest of the fast action deck a little bit of a shuffle. Just able to corral it in time, no kidding. Let's see if we can bridge shuffle these. I don't like the idea of bridge shuffling these, though. Okay, yeah, they'll bridge shuffle just fine. I'll give this a couple of shuffles off camera. I can't get them to clump together, though. Okay, that kind of worked. Come on. So part of the... Throw them in a basket and shake them. I don't want to make that much of a mess with these cards, Ben. But, I mean, the way they're not shuffling right now, that's actually a tempting idea. Part of the reason I'm doing this Fall Classic stream now, though, is I'm starting to look at maybe expanding my collection backwards, going to the 1960s, and adding that to my library. And I want to see what I think of all the systems, so I determine how I want to break up the games. So far, of the 5 systems that I've got, between the 5 systems I've got, I can get all of the seasons from the 60s, but I'm trying to determine what the distribution is going to be. And just from this first half of this game, I'm definitely feeling like I have groups of cards that are clumped together and not intermixing. That's part of why I'm trying to figure out the best idea for how to shuffle these. My first idea, and of course you guys know when I have problems with shuffling, my default go-to is sleeve the damn things. But that's not... But it doesn't look like there's going to be a size for them. My initial thought would be to go to regular poker size, but I think they're going to be too tall for poker. And they're probably going to be too narrow for tarot. And look at Phoenix Knight writing a poem today. So there's something you probably didn't have on your bingo card. Poetry with Phoenix today. Too narrow for tarot. Actually, this mess of a bridge shuffle is working somewhat well. We'll see if we can give it one more. Okay, that kind of worked, I guess. Still not what I had in mind, but hopefully it'll help break things up a little bit. And now I am kind of curious, actually. I'm going to grab some... We'll take a small break, because I do want to grab some tarot sleeves, just so I can see how they'll fit. Let's see, looks like I got these bigger sleeves that I'll try too, but if I think they're going to be narrow for tarot, I think they're going to be even worse in these Mysterium-sized sleeves. if I can ever get this bag open. Let's see. Actually, sometimes you break it up into 2 separate packs, shuffle each one separately, then do 1 or 2 of the 2 combined. That's not a terrible idea, but I'm actually a little bit surprised. There's a little bit of play up at the top, but they actually fit very nicely into tarot-sized sleeves. I thought they were going to be too big for tarot, but they're actually not a bad size at all for tarot. Similar to what I did with, if you guys remember the episode I was having with Strat Hockey. Once I took a little bit off the sides for, yeah, those are going to be too big for the brown sleeves. But if you remember what I did with Strat Hockey, I just took a little bit, I took like a couple millimeters off each of the action cards for the advanced deck, and they actually went very nicely into tarot sleeves. So actually, here I thought tarot sleeves were going to be crazy, but they're actually not completely ridiculous. At least in terms of the size. Still, it's going to be a question of if I want to make the investment or not. And sleeving them in tarot sleeves, they're going to probably want to be slipping everywhere. I'll have to figure something out to deal with that problem. But knowing me, if I decide to sleeve the facts, I'll find some way to deal with it. Just because I've got more than a little of my mother's stubborn streak in me. Anyway, top of the 5th coming up. I will see you guys for the bottom of the 5th once again. And I definitely like how fast this is moving along. As Gallardo now steps into the batter's box. I'm just looking to see if there's a fatigue result in here. If there's any kind of fatigue reading in here. Let me go back. Let me go over to the layout of the cards. I need the pitcher cards, which ended up being probably over here. Let's see, the pitcher card, yada, 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 is the age. The number inside the brackets is his age, but that's not telling me batting rating. Okay, so it looks like, so if a grade C pitcher has a shutout going into the 7th, BF ratings, BFS. Okay, so it's the BFS rating. Okay, that's what that is. I knew there would be fatigue ratings on here somewhere. Yes, I know I'm being a little bit of a dunce. And Ben needs to take off as he has a couple errands to run this morning. Well, we'll find out if it's a happy ending. Thanks for stopping by, Ben, and I will hopefully see you a little bit later for continuing 1985 later tonight. Gallardo tonight, though, has a walk. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 12, and it's a called strike 3 on Gallardo as the slider catches the outside corner for 1 out in the inning. One out, and here's Weeks. Weeks is 0 for 2 today. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 33, and that's going to be a base hit, and Weeks will try to steal, since there's a plus there. Let's see, the steal is probably off the catcher's card, I would think. Let's see. Where was the plus on here? So it looks like he's going to try to steal. I'm just trying to figure out how to do the steal on here. So he's probably going to have to try to get the jump and all of that fun stuff. Of course, it's not explained on here. Let's see, the steal. So single plus a steal attempt if using the auto steal. Okay, that's not telling me how to go through the... Okay, so it's probably the stolen base success rating. So Weeks has a 16, which means probably a D20 roll. That and under, he's safe. So I'll re-roll that. That's a 7. Weeks will make it to second on the stolen base. As that'll also take away the double play for the Padres. And here's Hart. Hart is 1 for 2. Weeks looking in at second. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 15, and a 15 is going to be a swing and a miss as Hart swings through a slider for strike 3. That is out number 2. That is a huge strikeout for the Padres, and here's Braun. Braun today is also 1 for 2. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 36, and a 36 is going to be an out, and the Padres are going to get out of the inning, and that's going to be a ground ball right back to Mosley. Mosley will turn, throw that over to Hop at first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single and the stolen base, and we are still scoreless heading into the bottom of the 5th. And neither team apparently wants to score today. Who knew? Leading off the bottom of the 5th of the Padres, we're looking at the middle of their order. Here's Patterson. Patterson today is 0 for 1. Let's get the right pitcher up, Phoenix. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 16. A 16 is going to be a called strike 3 on Patterson. As Gallardo catches the outside corner with the heat. And that is out number 1. And here's Phillips. Phillips today is 0 for 1. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 54. That'll send us over to the 54 chart, which is on the back of the fact cards. So that's going to be a base hit into center field. And we have to roll versus the error rating for the center fielder for an extra base. The center fielder is Katse. His error rating in center field is a 0, so he will not make an error, which means Phillips will be safe at first on the single. The infield will go to double play depth on the play. And I'll flip that over as it's the card I used. And here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez today is 0 for 1. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 56, and a 56 is going to be a called strike 3 on Gonzalez. He got him. 2 outs in the inning. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Mosley. Mosley today is 0 for 1. Phillips edges off of first. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 46, and a 46 is coming off the ballpark card. Can't hit a home run off the ballpark card. That's a 1, so that's going to be an out, which means the Brewers will get out of the inning. And that is going to be popped up on the infield to second base. Getting under that one is going to be Weeks. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Padres. We remain scoreless in a pitcher's duel here after 5. I don't know if this is a case of neither team wants to win or neither team wants to lose, because somehow we have yet to get a run. And Jester will have to leave in a bit. Hopefully things go well on your day today, Jester. Leading off the top of the sixth, we're looking at the middle of the order, as here comes Fielder. Fielder today is 0 for 2. He's lined out, get back up there, OBS. He's lined out and flown out today. As Troy Sawyer now joins us here at PetCo Park. Big Padres fan. You might be happy to hear about, might be happy to see if you've checked out the update on the channel, Troy, about how the Padres are doing in 85 so far. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 12, and Fielder will be on with a leadoff walk. The infield will go to double play depth, and here's McGee. McGee today is 0 for 2. Just got to check. Ratings, okay. Mosley's still got plenty left in the tank. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 31. And a 31 on C. That's going to be a base hit for McGee. And on hold on. Okay, so Fielder will advance on a base hit to left field if a weak arm. Actually, so I forgot to do that for Fielder. That's an S7. Fielder advances if the left fielder is a weak arm. That is Ludwig. Ludwig's got a strong arm. Fielder will hold at second. I forgot to flip over a card to see where the base hit was for Fielder. Here's Kotze in the batter's box. Kotze is 1 for 2 as the Brewers have something going on here in the top of the sixth. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 42. 42 is going to be a walk as the bases are now full of beer makers. The infield is going to have to play in on this one, which means I'll get to see how infield in works. And the batter now is Betancourt. Betancourt today is 0 for 2. See, I know there's a section here on bringing the infield in. I saw it earlier when I was looking for something else. Infielder arms, passed balls, optional rules. That's not what I want. I know I saw something on infield in. Let me see if I can find it here. It'll probably be something on the facts as well. Hit and run chart. Hits chart, bases full. This is bothering me now because I know I saw something about infield in when I was looking for something else. Base stealing, that's not it. Infield in, here we go. Play this anytime with a runner on third. So it'll probably, okay, that'll be off the, yep, fast action cards will tell me what happens if I'm playing in. Okay. I kind of figured that, and I wasn't sure if there was a chart for it or not, but yes, the infield will have to play in. As Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. Fans at PetCo Park and Troy Sawyer are panicking. Mosley will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 21. That is going to be an out. And that's going to be a ground ball over to first. And let's see, playing full infield F, playing full INF. So playing in. All right, so with the bases full, looks like that'll be a fielder's choice, and the throw will go to the plate. Fielder will be thrown out. Bases are still full of beer makers with one out in the inning. Batter now is LaCroix. LaCroix is 1 for 1. Is 1 for 2, I should say. Just updating my score sheet here. We are going to get some activity in the Brewers bullpen, as coming in to pitch for the Brewers is going to be... Oh, start and relief. Okay. Sergio Mitre is going to start warming up in the Brewers bullpen. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. That is a 63, and a 63 is going to be an out. And he's batting righty, so that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Fielder's choice at second, so that's going to be a G6. Looks like it's going to be a G6, fielder's choice at second. Fast runner would be safe at second. Betancourt's an average runner, so he'll be thrown out at second. But the Brewers will get the first run of the day. As McGee will score, Kate will make third, Betancourt's thrown out at second, LaCroix makes first on the fielder's choice, but the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Stadium groans. Ugh. Gallardo, now the batter. Gallardo today is 0 for 1 with a walk. The Brewers are going to let him continue to pitch. He's been pitching very well. He's scattered 3 hits today. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 22, and Gallardo is going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3. That will retire the side. But the Brewers strike first. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk, and the score is now 1-0 Milwaukee as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Padres fans, not happy with what they see so far. But we've still got a pitcher's duel in this one. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Padres is the top of their order. Get the right pitcher, Phoenix. Here's Chris Denorfia. Denorfia today is 0 for 2, and now I've got to keep an eye on Mosley, as he's got 1 more batter before fatigue. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 23, and a 23 is going to be a swing and a miss as Denorfia goes through a curveball for strike 3. That is out number 1. And here's Bartlett. Bartlett is 0 for 2. Gallardo with plenty left in the tank. He will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 35, and a 35 is going to be an out. And it's going to be a line out to left field. Getting over to that one is Braun. He will make a diving catch on that one, and that'll be 2 outs in the inning as he takes potential extra bases away. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Headley. Headley tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Gallardo would love not to have a repeat of that. He will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 43, and a 43 is going to be an out, and the Brewers will get out of the inning with a fly ball into center field. Kotze will get under that one once again. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Padres here in the bottom of the 6th, as Milwaukee finally gets on the board 1-0 after 6. All right, looks like everything's good here. I'm going to take a quick drink. Actually, check my phone and take a quick drink. I want to make sure there's nothing crazy going on because I'm supposed to be getting together with my Saturday group today to play Nemesis. Leading off the top of the 7th, Mosley's got 1 more batter before fatigue. We are going to get some activity in the San Diego bullpen as starting to get loose for the Padres is going to be Luke Gregerson is going to get loose for the Padres here. Leading off the top of the 7th for the Brewers is going to be Ricky Weeks. Weeks today is 1 for 2, 1 for 3 with a stolen base. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 35, and a 35 is going to be a base hit. And that'll be a hit. That'll be a base hit into right field. And Mosley is now tired. And I believe with fatigue, he would have had changes if the pitcher throwing a shutout. All right, so when he gets fatigued, then the next hit or walk allowed will move him 1 column to the right. Okay. All right, for Sheld. All right, infield will move to double play depth, as the batter now is Hart. Hart today is 1 for 3. So Mosley's already a C, which means he'd move down to a D, and that's probably where the Padres would pull him out of the game. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 65. Uh-oh. That's a home run off the pitcher card. He's got a home run rating of a... All right, so now I've got to see how the home run rating works. Mays split. Mays 55 split. His home run, what is HRP? Home run grade is normally from 0 to 20. So minus the pitcher. So it looks like it's off of Mosley's card. Okay, so it's based on the pitcher card. It looks like if it's HRP like that. So wait, hold on. Okay. Player result is either a home run or an out on 65. Home run grade is normally 0 to 20. If the grade is a negative number, then it's subtracted from the batter's home run rating. It would drop to 1 to 2 if Higbee was on his A grade, yada, yada, yada. Splits 3 to 5 are now an out. In this case, the second full home run would be reduced by the pitcher number. So it looks like, so if that's an HRP, where was my other chart? So it looks like an HRP just means it goes straight off the pitcher card. So fatigue moved down 1 rating. Okay, so home run on pitcher adjusted by the batter. Except I don't see an adjustment on Hart's card. So it looks like it's just going to be a straight 1 to 10. So on a 1 to 10, that's going to be a home run, except that's a 14, so that's going to turn into an out. And it's going to be a ground ball over to short instead. Hart missed that one badly, as they will take the fielder's choice at second. That'll be Bartlett racing to the bag with the first out on the inning. Hold on. Tab back into Digital Diamond for a second. So Weeks will be out. Hart will be over at first. 1 out in the inning. So the pitcher on Mosley was on his C grade. He was a home run 1 to 10. So assuming the HRP that came off of Hart's card wouldn't have modified that, correct? That's what I went with for that. Anyway, the batter now is Braun. Braun is 1 for 3. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 53. We do a KD chance first. That's a 1 to 2. That is a 2. And Braun is going to swing through the heat for strike 3. That will be out number 2. Scary situation for the Padres. And here's Fielder. Fielder is 1 for 3 with a single. Mosley will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 32, and a 32 is going to be an out. The Padres will get out of the scare with a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that is going to be Gonzalez. He will take the force out at second, and that will retire the side. One hit, but the Brewers can't do anything with it. We are at the 7th inning stretch. As usual, feel free to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," but I won't torture you guys with my rendition of it. I will, however, take a small break. Okay, so let's just take that as a G4. That'll get us to the same place anyway. Let's see the bat. Okay, so here's what I was looking at for Hart. He was an HRP on a 65. And the way I understood that is it looks like it goes straight off the pitcher card with no adjustment. So Mosley... So Hart's an HRP. Mosley's on his C grade with a 1 to 10. The way I understand that is it's just a straight roll on the... It's just a straight roll then on the range card. There would be a modification probably... Okay, so this might be a better example. So if we take Denorfia on his home run grade, there's a -2 on there. So Denorfia would have been... So if Denorfia was trying to hit a home run off Mosley, he would then be a 1 to 8. Am I understanding that correctly? My initial impression is that I'm liking Fall Classic. So I do want to try to make sure I get this straight since assuming I'm going to pull the trigger on moving my collection into the 1960s, I am going to be getting at least one season of Fall Classic to help out with that. All right, so Gallardo was already on his grade B, which means he is... So if he's throwing a shutout into the 9th inning, that's when he upgrades to grade A. All right, so Gallardo is still on his B grade right now. Actually, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up on the channel. So it's going to feel weird, but there's no fast score after tonight's game because we're not doing a full replay. Our 1985 replay, however, will bring us back together later tonight, as when we move back, we'll be at Independence Day 1985, and we will be at Yankee Stadium, where I'm sure Patriotic Fare is going to be all out tonight. We will have an American League matchup at Yankee Stadium between the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. John Butcher will be going for the Twins, and Ron Guidry will be on the hill for the Yankees. That should be a good one tonight. Twins and Yankees in 1985 later tonight. Bottom of the 7th, and we will see Brad Hopp in the batter's box. Hopp today is 0 for 2. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 66. That is a 19. And Hopp's going to be on with a double. And that's a double into right field. And he's throwing a shutout, so doesn't start with anything for fatigue. And I think Gallardo's still got a lot left in the tank. He's got 29. Yeah, he's got plenty left in the tank. Batter now is Ludwig. Ludwig today is 0 for 2. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. What? Oh, I did the D thing again. There we go. As Dice Baseball Digest now joins us here at Petco Park. And once they become second nature, it'll fly through the game. Still checking and double checking. I'll probably still be checking and double checking for a while, just because I'm trying to make sure I present this as well as I can. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 36, and a 36 on B grade is going to be an out. And it's going to be a ground ball over to second. Picking that one up is going to be Weeks. He will make the play over to first. Right? Yes. And that'll be out number 1. Hop will make third on the throw. The infield will play in. They don't want the tying run to score. And here's Patterson. Patterson today is 0 for 2. Gallardo will get the sign from Hop. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 54. That's going to send us over to the 54 chart. And with a runner on third, refer to pitcher's wild pitch rating, and if 11 falls into the range, which wild pitch on here is a 1 to 18, so an 11 does fall into the range, and Hop is going to come in to tie this game. So Hop will score. We are tied at 1. Stadium cheers. Yay! That'll also be ball 1, and we'll pitch again. That's a 44, and it's a walk on a 1 to 15. That's an 11, and Patterson is at first. As the Padres are starting to get something going on here. And yes, a wild pitch ties the game, which hopefully I didn't make too much of a mess of that. Infield will move to double play depth for the Brewers. And here's Phillips. Phillips today is 1 for 2 with a single. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. We don't need that anymore. That's a 33, and that's going to be an out, which will be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. As Gallardo will get that one. He will throw that over to, hold on. Gotta check his arm. Okay, that's based on the shortstop's arm, it looks like. All right, Gallardo will get that one. He'll throw that over to Betancourt at short. Betancourt will turn, fire that over to fielder. That is in time for a 1-6-3 inning-ending double play. Stadium groans. Ugh. But the Padres managed to tie the game with a double and a walk on a wild pitch. We are tied at 1 after 7. I'm deciding what I want to do with Mosley. I'm leaning toward taking him out of the game. Let's see. The pitcher's spot is due up second for the Padres in the bottom of the 8th. And the next is it run that moves him down, or I think it's the next runner that moves him down. Actually, yeah, he would move down to. Yeah, he would move down to a grade D. 2011, they would take him out. So yeah, the Padres are gonna go to the pen. Mosley's going to come out of the game. He's pitched well, but the Padres can't take any chances with this one. Coming in to pitch for the Padres. Coming in to pitch for the Padres is going to be Luke Gregerson. 3-3 with a 1.38 whip, 56 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts in 2011. He will be charged with the middle of the order. Here's McGee to start off the top of the 8th. McGee is 1 for 1 with a single and scored the Brewers' first run. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 36. Oh, forgot to roll for his bullpen session. Gregerson is on his A game. Just making some more notes here. And now a 36 on his A stuff is going to be an out. And batting righty is going to be a ground ball over to third. Picking that one up is going to be Headley. He will make the play, and that's 1 out in the inning. Here's Kotze. Kotze today is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 24, and a 24 is going to be an out, which a batting lefty is going to be a ground ball over to first. Grabbing that one for the Padres is Hop. He will make the play, 2 outs in the inning. Betancourt, now the batter. Betancourt tonight is 0 for 3. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 45. 45 on A stuff is going to be an out for Gregerson, and a 45 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Coming under that one is Denorfia. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers here in the top of the 8th. As we get set for the bottom of the 8th, let's see, Gallardo can pitch to 4 more batters before he tires. They're going to let him continue to pitch. Maybe not in 1985, but this is 2011, so it is. Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Padres. Is Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 2. And yes, I have to remember that I'm going to be going back to 1985 a little bit later tonight. Hopefully you guys will join me at Yankee Stadium for that one. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 13, that is going to be an out for Gonzalez. And it's going to be a fly ball into center field. Kotze, once again, getting his cardio on today. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Let's see. We're going to get some activity in the Padres bullpen, I think. As now we got to figure out what to do about the situation with not having the generic pitcher batting cards. We're going to get Heath Bell warming up for the Padres in the bullpen. Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed I don't have those generic pitcher hitting cards because now is where I need them. Let me just go through one more thing. Maybe they got buried in here. No. How about in the rest of the fact deck that I haven't flipped over so far? Yeah, this is actually kind of irritating because now is a time that I'm thinking the Padres would probably try to get some innings out of this. We've got an on the button card, which is another reference thing, it looks like. Why do I think they're buried in here somewhere? Or the other thing that I might have done, which would be really stupid, is I might have inadvertently thrown them out, not realizing what they were. The other thing might be to reach out to ASG to see if they have any of the generic 54 chart. That's not what I was after, but looks like it's another fast reference. Suicide Squeeze. That's also not what I'm after. That is very annoying that I don't have the... Look in the rules, you think they might be on the last chart of the rules. Well, let's see. Bunting, hit charts, out chart, hits. Okay, I'll look for that email. Thanks, Jester. Let's see. Out chart. More out charts. Another hit chart. Outs. Hits. Outs with runner on second. Runner on first. First to third on a single quick hits chart. Quick outs. Take it easy. Runner advancement. Easy runner advance. Defense chart. Yeah, I don't see the generic pitcher hitting cards or the pitcher hitting charts. Yeah, that's really annoying. Unless they're hidden in something else, which is also possible. But yeah, I can't find them anywhere here, which is really driving me nuts. Back deck, possibly. I might have missed them. Let me look through the fast action deck one more time, but I didn't see them. I didn't see them in there. I was looking on the backs where the wildest charts are, but I didn't see them among those. But I did see your email with the generic hitting card, so thank you for that, by the way. No. I'm pretty sure when I was going through this, I would think I would have spotted them and recognized them for what they were. And my laptop's now beeping at me, probably with the same notification it gave me earlier. And no, I don't see them here in the fast action deck. What I see is a few more of the cards. Looks like they got cut off when they were being printed out. Nope. Not in the fast action deck. One other place they might be before we go grab that email. It's possible I may have thrown them in with the rest of the season. Let me take a quick look in there. Let's see the rest of the teams. You know what? Rather than look through that, I'm just going to grab the charts from Jester's email so we can keep this moving. I will figure out what the story is with those generic charts with those generic hitter cards later. Because right now I want to get this in gear just because I've got to go play Nemesis later this afternoon or later this morning. So thank you again for the email on that, Jester. As now we'll use Luke Gregerson, his pitcher card, even though I need the generic batter card. Okay, I'll make sure to get those printed out. He uses card number 1, it looks like. Okay, which I'm assuming that's how you tell is based on the number up here on the pitcher card. At least that's what I'm going to go with here, since time is of the essence. Anywho, Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. Let's see, that is a 52, which is going to send us to the KD chart anyway. So a 52. Actually, we do a strikeout check first, which strikeout chance is on a 1 to 4. That's a 5, so that's just barely going to miss being a strikeout. And the 52 is going to be an error check on the second baseman. That is Weeks. His error rating at second base is a 7. Since I used the D20 earlier, I'll throw another roll of that in. That's an 18. No problem for Weeks, as he will make that play for out number 2. Two outs in the inning, and here's Denorfia. Denorfia tonight is 0 for 3. Mosley is out of the game, by the way. Okay. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 22, and on a 1 to 10, that's a single. That'll be a walk for Denorfia. He is trying to steal, as his steal rating is a stolen base is a, so SBA, let's see, SBA is stolen bases attempted jump rating. Stolen bases success rating. So it looks like so he's got to try to steal. He's looking at an average arm to get the jump, which is on a D6. Here we go. So average arm, 1 to 3, he does not get the jump on a D6. That's a 3, so no jump. AD stands for strikeout and defense. Okay, strikeout first, then defense. Right. So now that we've got that sorted out, 2 outs in the inning, and the batter now is Bartlett. Bartlett today is 0 for 3. This will be Gallardo's last batter before fatigue. Gallardo will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 44, and that's going to be a base hit for Bartlett. And Denorfia will make it over to third. Headley, now the batter, and this is not a good time. Wait a second. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, that was a... Gallardo steps off the mound. Yep, no, hold on. That should be a walk for Denorfia. I forgot to update that in Digital Diamond, I just realized. So, wow, you're even getting Phoenix Knight derpage today. We should end up with runners at the corners with 2 out and Headley the batter. And Headley is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. Gallardo is now tired. He will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 23, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for Headley, as he will strike out, and the inning is over. Hit and a walk, but the Padres get nothing out of it, as we get set for the top of the 9th, where we have to wonder if will we see some top of the 9th inning magic. I hope we see something soon, because I'm going to be wanting to get out of here pretty quick. Reroll the KD. I thought I did that earlier. I think I did that earlier. Anywho, now we've got LaCroix stepping into the batter's box for the top of the 9th. I know there's a little bit of lag on chat, so I don't always check that until we get to the top of the innings, so you'll have to bear with me on that. LaCroix today is 1 for 3. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 33, and that's going to be a base hit for LaCroix, as he'll lead off the inning with a single. Infield will go to double play depth, and Gallardo is coming out of the game. The Brewers are going to go to the bench. The Brewers are going to go to... They're going to go to Brandon Boggs to pinch hit. 158 average, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs in 2011. Let's see. And Jester's wanting me to bunt him over. Instead of taking Gallardo out, well, Gallardo's fatigued anyway, so he's definitely coming out of the game. Yeah, actually bunting him over might not be a terrible idea. Now I've got to figure out where the bunts are here. I saw bunting earlier when I was looking for something else. So let me see if I can find. This is gonna. I think everything for Fall Classic is going to end up in a binder. So sacrifice bunt section on the hit and run chart. Oh, bunting. Here we go. So okay. So we roll 1d6 at a time. So they're going to try to lay down the bunt. So we'll roll 1 die if it's greater than the sacrifice hit rating, which is a 3 for Boggs. That's a 6, so that's actually going to be a strikeout. With no outs right above the yellow. Yeah, I did finally find it. It's like SA roll a d6, then roll a d6 again, except since it's greater than the sacrifice hit rating, which is a 3 there for Boggs. The roll was a 6, so that's actually a strikeout for Boggs, if I'm understanding this correctly. Yes, I apologize that I'm a bit of a klutz when it comes to Fall Classic, but this is also my first time playing a full game of it, so it looks like that's going to be a missed bunt. Boggs will be out. 1 out in the inning, and here's Weeks. Weeks tonight is 2 for 4, actually. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. They're not going to have Weeks bunt, they're going to have him swing away. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 55, and that's going to be a double for Weeks. Hit to center field. LaCroix's a slow runner, so he will hold at third. And the infield has got to play in on this one. Here's Hart. Hart today is 1 for 4. LaCroix at third, Weeks at second. Fans at Petco Park are very nervous. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 12. That's a walk on a 1-7. That's a 5, and the bases are full of beer makers. Wow, what a dangerous time to be a Padres fan. And here's Braun. Braun is 1 for 4. Gregerson gets the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 66, and that ball is going to get out of here with a boom! High, deep, gone. Grand slam, Ryan Braun. Party at the plate. (5-1) in favor of the Brewers. Stadium double barfs. Blah, blah. Gregerson put that one over the plate, and Braun just said, "Are you kidding me? I'm taking this thing out." As the Brewers get a grand slam on that one. Wow. What a play for Milwaukee. Batter now is Fielder. Fielder today is 1 for 4. Gregerson will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 13. That's a walk on a 1 to 14. That is a 14. And Fielder will trot to first. As Gregerson has now just completely fallen apart. Gregerson, to make matters worse, is now tired. And the batter now is McGee. McGee today is 1 for 4. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Gregerson is fatigued, and the Padres are going to take him out of the game. They're going to go back to the bullpen on this one. And yeah, the first time I roll a 66, and it's with the bases full of beer makers. And I see Troy's not happy. And yes, the Padres are going to go to their closer just to stop the bleeding. As Gregerson is going toodaloo from this game, Heath Bell will come in to pitch for the Padres. Let's see, 3 and 4 with 43 saves, 63 innings pitched, 51 strikeouts, and a 1.16 WHIP in 2011. And the Padres are looking to stop the carnage from the grand salami that Gregerson just gave up. As a meatball ended up over the plate, and Braun turned that one into pizza. Bell will get the sign from Phillips. Actually, we got to roll for the bullpen session. Hang on. I promise I'll remember this one of these days, and it'll actually be intuitive. Let's see, that's a 5. Looks like Bell's on his A game today. He's going to need to be against this Brewers offense. Confound it all. Bell will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 15. That is going to be an out. And batting righty is going to be a ground ball over to third. Grabbing that one for at third base is going to be Headley. He will make the throw over to first for 2 outs in the inning. Fielder will make second on the play. 2 outs in the inning, and here's Kotze. Kotze today is... wait a minute. Oh, I see what I did. I put the slash in there, so... Oh. Okay. Now, as I was saying, Kotze is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Bell will get the sign from Phillips. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 46, and that's off the ballpark card. That's a 13, and that's going to be a foul ball for a lefty. Strike 1. We will pitch again. Oops, strike 1. This time it's a 16. That'll be an out, and the Padres will get out of the inning with a lefty. Is going to be a ground ball over to first. Grabbing that one is going to be Hop. He will take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. But the Brewers get a grand slam out of this. 4 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. The aforementioned grand slam by Ryan Braun makes it now 5-1 heading into the bottom of the 9th. We saw some top of the 9th inning magic. Now will we see some bottom of the 9th inning magic? Well, beer and pizza do go together, so it seems a little bit fitting. And yes, I know Digital Diamond is yelling at me because the Brewers need a new pitcher. To try to finish off this game, the Brewers are going to go Brewers are going to go to Sergio Mitre. 0-1 with a 1.21 WHIP. 33 innings pitched, 14 strikeouts in 2011. He will be the second Brewers pitcher today. And for his bullpen session, looks like he had a very good bullpen session. He'll be on his A game. And trying to finish this game off, he'll need to be. Here's Hop. Hop tonight is 1 for 3. Mitre will get the sign from LaCroix. Once Digital Diamond decides, yes, it wants to cooperate, Mitre will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 53. Check the strikeout rating on 1 to 3. That is a 3, and Hop's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 1. One out, and here's Ludwig. Ludwig today is 0 for 3. Mitre will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set, and here comes the pitch. That is a 12. That is going to be an out. And he's batting righty. That's going to be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that one is going to be Betancourt. He will make the play over to first. That is out number 2. What on earth? I just heard something else go crazy on me. Usually I thought I muted that thing. And the last chance for the Padres comes down to Eric Patterson. Patterson tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Brewers trying to finish this game right here. Padres hoping to say, not so fast. Fans at PetCo Park are loud, hoping Patterson can get on base and continue this game. Mitre will get the sign from LaCroix. He will set. Here's the kick, and here comes the pitch. 25. Against a righty, that's going to be a single plus, and Patterson's going to try to steal. Will he manage to get on? Where's that going to be hit to? That'll be a base hit, not that it matters, into right field. He's looking against a strong arm trying to get the jump. And I just had that chart earlier. Here we go. Strong arm. He does get the jump, so he will be off to... so check SBS. All right, so his SBS is a 16. He is off to second. Can Patterson get there and continue this game? No! Patterson, or LaCroix, sensed something wrong. Calls for a pitch out. He gets the throw over to second. Catching that is going to be Weeks. He applies the tag. Patterson is out. That's your game. Stadium barfs. Blah. And the Milwaukee Brewers will win this one on a grand slam by Ryan Braun, 5-1. Stadium barfs. Blah. Final line score coming up. For the Brewers, 5 runs on 10 hits and no errors. For the Padres, 1 run on 6 hits and no errors. Winning pitcher today is Giovanni Gallardo, and Luke Gregerson will take the loss. And that will do it for this playthrough of Fall Classic Baseball. I'm going to start cleaning up while I give my brief thoughts on Fall Classic. So I actually did enjoy this game. I was a bit intimidated from it. Admittedly, watching other people play Fall Classic, I did get a little bit intimidated about this one, but it's actually got a flow I kind of like. I'm surprised at how quickly everything moved along. Well, I say how quickly everything moved along, but that's even for me being an idiot and having to check a lot of things in this game. But there's definitely a flow here that I like, and I'm probably going to be exploring more of this on the channel. And as I mentioned, my 1960s, I'm probably going to be starting to move into the 1960s and adding those seasons to my collection. So when I do that project, I'll probably pick up a few seasons of Fall Classic. I do need to do another test on Strat just to see what I think of Strat, because I'm starting to have the same doubts about Strat that got Inside Pitch purged out of my collection. And yes, it was a good game. I'm sure you're not happy, Troy, seeing the Padres lose it on a top of the 9th inning grand slam. And Jester thinks I did well for a first game. Thanks for the kind words on that. But yeah, like I said, I see myself exploring more of Fall Classic. And if I decide to pull the trigger and move into the 1960s, I will get some seasons from Fall Classic as part of that project. But I do want to do a revisit on Strat just to see. Need to do each of these. I do need to do each of these plays a few times so I can get really quick, and a game will be 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of practice for sure, and it'll definitely help if a fall classic season happens to come up. I do with these replays when a season comes, depending on what season comes up, I usually start trying to get it to the channel at least a few times so I can smooth out the kinks, and then there's also the demo game that I'll do with that. So yeah, that'll definitely be something in the future coming up. But that will do it for this playthrough of Fall Classic Baseball. Now, before I get out of here for the day, I'm going to work on setting. I'm 3 games in, and I should be fine. Well, that's the hope anyway. But I'm going to work on setting up tonight's game in 1985 season ticket, and we will see you guys back here hopefully for that a little bit later tonight, as the Minnesota Twins will be in New York City to play the Yankees. John Butcher will be going for the Twins, and Ron Guidry on the bump for the Yankees. Mystical Munchies, as I mentioned, will be a tomorrow afternoon upload as we cook out of the Marvel Eat the Universe cookbook. The last recipe will be the dessert, Spider-Man's New York City cheesecake, speaking of New York City. Before that, though, we will be in Anchorage to continue the winter campaign in Arkham Horror, the card game, The Scarlet Keys, with the 4th scenario on thin ice. Then Wednesday, we're playing game number 1 on my War Room 10-game list as we play Cthulhu Wars Duel by Peterson Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.